Have you ever been irritable? Have you ever been argumentative, snappy, insecure, impatient, or anything similar to that at work? Let me say that again. Have you, as the leader of your business, your team, your department, or your entire business, have you ever been irritable, argumentative, snappy, insecure, impatient, or any other verb similar to that? I bet the answer is yes. These symptoms, these verbs of how we might behave as leaders can point to many different reasons, one of which is the lack of sleep. And today, in JTInTheRaw, I'm going to share from some research what that impact of lack of sleep has when we are leading our team. And why would I be talking on such an issue? Well, firstly, number one is last week at the New South Wales Personal Trainers Roundtable, one of the owners said he'd worked out his patience had whittled away and his fuse was so short. He realised that he was tired and his fuel tank was empty and he needed some days off to get a good night's sleep. So before he erupted in the workplace, he took time out. Secondly, why else would I be talking on such a topic? Secondly, it's 1 a.m. here in Beirut, so I'm pre-framing anyone who's attending my sessions tomorrow at the Inspire Academy event that I could be irritable, I could be argumentative, snappy, insecure, or impatient. Welcome to JTInTheRaw Show 160. This show is all about the importance of sleep because it's 1 a.m. here. I wasn't going to miss the show. I'd been asleep, woken up just for you guys. So the question of the day is this. In the comments below, I want you to share how many hours sleep do you need? How many hours sleep do you need? Whether you watch live or on replay, let's engage. Tell me how many hours sleep you need. And also a big shout out to everybody who watches JTInTheRaw. Last week, show 159 rocked its socks off. And last week I spoke about traits to look for, or even ordered ourselves, but traits to look for in people who are applying, like potential leaders who are applying for a job role with us. So if you missed show 159, which rated awesomely, 159, and I'll share that with you. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you as the leader. To truly lead, one of the most important things is obviously your behaviour, but you need to be consistent. You need to operate consistently. G'day, Woz Miller, how are you, mate? Now, we know in order to operate at a high and efficient level, we need to exercise, we need to eat well, and we need to have enough sleep. We've always known about the amount that exercise is important. We've also known that we need to fuel our body with the appropriate fuel. But more and more research is coming out on the importance of sleep. We had a conversation about this at lunch yesterday here in Beirut with a couple of the speakers that are speaking at this event, just how important sleep is. And that got me thinking. So I came home and did some research last night and I found a survey that was conducted by a website called Savvy Sleeper. Now, this Savvy Sleeper compares different mattresses. Of course it does, different mattresses, and they conducted a survey among business leaders, and they looked at business leaders who said that they were well rested and those that were poorly rested. And here is the interesting data that was found. Here's the interesting data around the poorly rested people. Firstly, a poorly rested person, i.e. someone who has not had enough sleep, they are more likely to experience negative emotions in the workplace. They will also second guess their own authority and they'll have a pretty low or poor disposition overall when they're at work. They are highly concerned about being disrespected or even undermined. Could you imagine going to work every day thinking about you're being disrespected or someone's trying to undermine you? They are 15% more likely than a well-rested leader to become irritated at work. Probably also at home with the family, but 15% more likely to be irritated at work at least once in a week. And they are 10% more likely to lose their patience over that same weekly period. So, of course, the downside to sleepless nights is less energy. It's less focus, less control over our motor skills even, and some even say it has an impact on our clumsiness, all of which are very poor leadership qualities. And often we try to find what is the secret to being a great leader. Perhaps one of the secrets is to look at ourselves and our sleep patterns. You see, when you are well rested, you have more energy and you have a greater motivation to fulfill all your responsibilities as a leader, and the entire workplace will therefore thrive. So then what was some of the research that they found about somebody who slept well, a leader who slept well? Well, here's what was found. The employees of a well-rested leader are 1.9 times more likely to meet their performance goals. Bloop. Let me say that again. If you sleep well, show up to work well rested as a leader, that has an impact on your team's productivity. They are 1.9 times more likely to reach those KPIs, those performance goals that you set them. They are 1.8 times more likely to meet the deadlines. So just by you getting more sleep and becoming a better leader, they're more likely to hit their numbers and hit their deadlines. 73% of well-rested leaders believe their employees cooperate well together, compared to 68% of the poorly rested leaders. 77% of employees of a well-rested leader receive bonuses, and 93% received praise at least once in a week. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, Alan Leach. I'm up later than you, Alan Leach. It's just after 11, I think, for you in Ireland. It's 1 a.m. for me in Lebanon, mate. 1 a.m. That's how committed I am to JTInTheRaw. I'm up in the middle of the night delivering content for you guys. Employees, people that work with you under a well-rested boss are also more likely to engage with the team. They're more likely to get praise. They're more likely to be a better team member. So your sleep and how you feel has a greater impact on the team. So while we look in general, while we're looking for this magic bullet, Alan Leach, 8 hours or I am useless. Same. Now, so while we look for this magic bullet around being a great leader, we read blogs, we listen to podcasts, we read books, we even spend our hard-earned mullah, our hard-earned cash, to hear a motivational speaker on how to be a fantastic leader. And all of that could be wasted because it comes down to how much sleep we get. How much sleep we get sets the foundation for our leadership style. When I'm not at home and I'm traveling, I measure my sleep patterns. I use an app called Sleep Cycle. But what is important is that you get a good night's sleep. I believe it's a good 8 hours sleep. That is important for you. And after JTInTheRaw Show 160, I'm going back to bed to get another good 7 hours sleep. I've already had a couple. Get another 7. Matty Fletcher's saying we can survive on 6 to 7 hours sleep, but we thrive on 8 to 9. Hey, I hope you got value out of that. Perhaps you may know someone who is a leader in your business who does suffer some of those interesting traits that we talked about earlier about being argumentative, snappy, irritable, insecure. Thanks, everybody. Did you get value? Give me a love heart if you got value out of today's show, because I'm trying to save you money. You don't have to spend money to become a good leader. You just got to get some more sleep. Is of course over the next 3 days, I am speaking here at the Raise the Bar event for Inspire Academy. Pumped to be opening an event, like being the keynote speaker. I'm so humbled and honored to do that for you, Patrick. Thank you for asking me. What else? Monday, Monday I fly home, so get home like Tuesday night. And then next week, for the rest of the week, I've got 8 coaching clients. So I am full on coaching as soon as I get home. That's the show 160. First time ever coming live from Beirut. First time ever coming live from this amazing city that is just historically incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know I always like to finish the show with quote of the week. Quote of the week. What is quote of the week? You can tell this is JT in the Raw. You can tell it's 1 a.m. because I can't talk. Quote of the week. By prioritizing a good night's sleep, your body, your mind, and your team will thank you. By prioritizing a good night's sleep, your body, your mind, and your team will thank you. Hey, thanks for tuning in to JT in the Raw, show 160. People probably don't think this is important because it's about sleep, but you guys that have watched, you surely do. So I will catch you on the flip side.